back to another episode of the Battle Inside podcast. This is the episode after the final episode. I don't even know if I'm going to drop this episode. Right now, I'm just playing on the mic, recording, avoiding doing the notes that I need to do for my mom's eulogy for what I'm going to say tomorrow. It is it's August 1st, 2019 at 10:48 p.m. I am supposed to wear purple. That was actually my idea for everybody to wear purple or something purple to my mother's funeral service because that was her favorite color. And like always, I wait till the last minute to do something. And I feel like this one I had a legitimate excuse because I'm avoiding tomorrow. And so I went to Target and Walmart about 9:30. No purple shirts. No purple dress shirts, that is, long sleeve. So I came home. Figured I'd go to a department store tomorrow morning at 9. The service is until 11. I do want to get a hot towel shave. Just because. I don't know why. Got my hair cut Monday in the barbershop. Figured, why not? Let them reshape everything, make me look all nice and smooth. Just came home, grabbed the notepad. Didn't want to sit down. Paced around the kitchen. First time ever that I've been in this house, my mom's house. I guess it's my house now. Don't know. Anyways, first time I've been here alone. My mom had a roommate staying with her, and she moved out Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday was my first night here alone. Did I have Landon? Maybe Wednesday was my first night alone. I don't remember. No, Wednesday was. Okay. No. Yes. Okay. Wednesday was my first night alone. This is my second night alone, I guess. Because Elena was here last night, Thursday night. Wait. No. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Okay. So I had Landon last night, Wednesday night. No, I've had Landon all week. Yes, that's it. I've had a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. Today is Thursday, August 1st. And so, yes, it is officially my first alone night alone in this house. And I'm supposed to plan a eulogy. And my last episode was me being very angry and quitting the show. And I still don't know if I want to quit the show. I don't even know if I want to release this episode. I probably will, just because if I'm going to take the time to record it, I might as well release it. But really, the only purpose for this recording is for me to avoid doing the eulogy and maybe get some things off my chest. I don't know. I want to talk about the last episode, but I don't want to talk about the last episode. I kind of hate voicing my thoughts now into this microphone because I feel like there's always double, triple, quadruple motives behind everything I say. That there's more to it than just me trying to get thoughts off my chest. Or maybe even when I'm thinking it, they have double, triple, quadruple motives. And so me just speaking into the mic is just still me purely speaking my mind. Like, when I say stuff like, man, I really wish somebody would like have an intervention with Jen. Like, it's not me just saying that. Like, I actually truly want somebody listening to like do that. But then in my mind, I think it's stupid to say that because nobody's going to do that. And it's never going to happen. And I need to start working on acceptance again. Back to like episode 4 or 5. I don't remember. It's just hard to work on acceptance when it's just every 3 weeks something new comes up. Something new for you to accept. Especially with her. And this last one I created all on my own. I was angry. I let my anger grab a hold of me, my anxieties grab a hold of me, and I dialed her number to yell at her. I needed her to know that I was angry with her. I needed her to know that I was really, really hurting that my mom is gone. And her being gone, Jen that is, her doing everything she did, like my mom being gone just magnified my hurt feelings towards her. Or maybe my mind just, with its anger part of grief, needed somebody to be mad at, because I can't be mad at my mom. I can't be mad at God. I can't be mad at myself. Like, this is just part of life. Nobody did anything wrong. Just sucks. So I guess my brain, my emotions, my mind, it just needed Jen as a target. And Jen has given me plenty of ammo the last 4 months. Hell, Jen has given me plenty of ammo the last 2 months to be angry at. And the problem is what I knew before I called is that Jen just does not care. If I'm angry, if I'm hurting, if I'm sad, if she did anything wrong, if she should give an apology, none of that matters to her. And so when I'm yelling at her and she's telling me it's still all my fault that I was stalking her, apparently, even though she knows I don't call her, I don't text her, I don't show up at her gym, I don't show up at her work, I guess according to her, me telling everybody that she cheated on me or that she left me for a married man so she could go make out with him or do whatever she wanted with him because him and his wife have a contract that he gets to fool around with other women, and her and I didn't have that same agreement that she could just go fool around with other men, and so she left me. She doesn't see any of that as just like being like, hey, I'm sorry. And then you add that to the fact that every time I said, like, my mom is dead and you're not here for me, or my mom is dead in this and my mom is dead in that, she would say, stop using your mom against me. And it just made me angrier. Like, I'm not using my mom against you. I'm not using my mom to guilt trip you. I'm using my mom, or I'm just not even using my mom, period. Like, I'm just telling you that my mom is dead. And you told me 8 months ago that you would be there for me through thick and thin. And then I got on the microphone and I took my anger targeted you, the listener. And Worthless Chris jumped on top of it and said, basically, my mindset was that none of you all care about me, that I care about you, the listener, that like I genuinely get behind this mic and I'm hoping and praying and imagining that each and every one of you can get something out of it from something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just fooling myself, hoping that your life would be better because of me. And just like when I don't hear from Jen and I don't hear her telling me that she appreciates me or that she's here for me, I kind of view it the same way as you, the listener. And it's like a double meaning. Like, double motivation. Like when I give out my email address and my Twitter handle, like the double meaning is like, I really do want you to email me. I want to feel appreciated for what I'm doing. I want my traumas and my pains and my hurts and my struggles with mental illness and my struggles with anxiety and my battle to better myself. I want that to matter to you. I want to matter to you. I want there to be a reason for all of this bigger than myself, because at the end of the day, like, I still don't care about me. And maybe that's my problem. And so when I sit there and I think about, like, I want me to get better, like, that's honestly at the very bottom of my priority list. It really is. And I know that maybe that's my first problem, is I need to elevate myself above all of you to the point to where I'm helping myself and healing myself and making myself better so that I can help you better. But right now I'm at the bottom of my list of people that I want to see get better. I genuinely want every single person who listens to this show to be impacted, and I want to see your life get better. But then that's where it's like a the motivation's double, quadruple, triple behind that, because then I'm really, I know that when I'm saying that to you, I'm really just saying, like, I want to matter to you. But as I think about it, like, I want to matter to myself. I wish I mattered to me as much as I matter to a lot of my friends and family. I really wish I did. I wish I mattered to me as much as I mattered to my son. I don't know how to find that self-love. I don't know if I'm capable of it. I want to matter to me like I matter to my mom. And I think that's what's so frustrating about all my failed relationships is, as much as my sister wants to tell me she loves me, as much as any one of my friends who are female want to tell me they love me, as much as my aunts want to tell me they love me, like, no other woman has loved me as much as my mom has, or has even come close. And it's sad because I feel like I deserve that kind of love from my spouse. Not like a mother-son love. I mean, I get the relationship's different. But I mean the love that just wants to support me and cheer me on through everything I do. That wants to be patient with me when I'm being an asshole, or I'm being stubborn, or I'm being argumentative. I want somebody to love me for exactly who I am. And I want somebody to love me for exactly where I'm at, but then also believe in me that I have so much more potential. Because that's how my mom loved me. And I think, in all honesty, it's why this separation from Jen, or this divorce from Jen, is so hard for me to accept. and makes me feel even more worthless because she was the first person that I truly, I guess, got as close to the way my mom was to me, I was to her. And the fact that, like, I was supportive. I tried to be at all of the major races that I could be there for Jen. And it wasn't just there for her. Like, I ran the races with her. And when Jen was stubborn, or when Jen was being an asshole, or when Jen was ugly and nasty, and were there fights? Did I yell at her when she yelled at me? Of course. But there was still a lot of patience from me. And I loved her for exactly where she was. And I saw so much potential for who she could be. And so I gave her the absolute best that I could. And I took care of her the absolute best that I could in every way. Every need that Jen vocalized to me, I did my best to try to fulfill that need. Not all the time. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I did everything right. But I did everything to the best of my ability. And I know I could have done more. I was going to do more. I was going to be better. I'm already better. If her and I were still together today, if we never split up, she would be treated better now than I treated her 4 months ago or 5 months ago. But I have to accept it. I have to find the peace and love and forgiveness for Jen the way that my mom did for my dad. My mom had every right to hate my dad. The way he treated me and my sister and my brother. The way he treated her. The way she watched as he completely abandoned my sister. Which, by the way, my sister's my half-sister, but my dad adopted her when she was, I think, 2. I'm the youngest. She's 4 years older than me. So that was always her dad. And then before my parents got divorced, my sister wanted to meet her real dad. So we went and met him. And I didn't know this at the time, but through adult conversations, I guess that hurt my dad's feelings, which, like, get over it, dude. Like, that's just biologically what you do. You're supposed to expect that and accept that. It's nothing against you. And so when my parents got divorced, my dad just abandoned my sister. And he only sent me birthday cards. I don't know if I mentioned this on the last episode, but I found a birthday card that said "From Poverty Dad" on the return address. And it said, "Happy birthday, love Dad. P.S. Tell your mom that she needs to give me the $64 she owes me for the IRS or something. I don't know. Happy birthday, Chris. 14th birthday. Make sure you tell your mom she owes me money." The message that I'm supposed to deliver to my mom was longer than the message to me. And more personal. Anyways. I don't know where I was going with that. Don't know at all. Still avoiding, I guess. So to the listeners, I'm sorry for my anger. I don't know if I'm going to continue this podcast or not. I don't know if I'm going to do an episode after tomorrow's service. What I do know is tomorrow evening, I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to drive to Tampa. I'm going to pick a friend up from the airport. And then Saturday, we're going to head down to Fort Myers to a condo. We're going to hang out there till Wednesday. And I'm just going to completely disconnect and completely unplug my life and my brain and just enjoy the world and try to find peace. I'm going to try to anyways. That's the plan. We'll see what the mind and the heart has for me. Don't know. I want to continue the show. I just don't know if I'm good enough for it. I don't know if I'm able to give it the purpose that I want it to have, or if I'm going to just continue to bitch and moan on the microphone about my ex, which I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing about. Which, if I'm honest with you, and I hope you know, I hope I've conveyed this, I'm actually tired of it myself. And I'm going to try to find the ways to do it healthy. I made mentions of a mansion and going into my safe house and just compartmentalizing. I still want to do that. It's just so much. I think between doing the EMDR with my sexual abuse, just opening up so many wounds and being in such an emotional state off of that, and then you throw in Jen and all of her antics, one after another, and then just finding my mom dead and having this service on my mind or trying to not have it on my mind, which I'm still doing, still avoiding. I've honestly ran out of things to talk about like 5 minutes ago, and I'm just coming up with new things to talk about. So I don't have to go jot it down. I'm very capable of going up and just speaking from the heart. But there are some points that I want to be made sure are said, and sometimes when I go and I speak from the heart, I don't always say all the things that I want to say, and then I come off the stage, and then, I don't know. It's where I worry too much about regretting life. I only get one shot at my mom's funeral service. And I want to make sure I do right by her. And I know that that's a worry and a concern that is put on by myself. And I know if my mom was here, she would say, Chris, all you have to say is, I love you and thank you. And I appreciate you for the mom that you were. And I'm going to miss you. And she would be happy with that. And maybe I'm being selfish by saying that, but for me, I just need to say so much more. And I need other people to hear so much more. We're going to record the service, and I'm definitely, even if I don't do another episode again, I'm definitely going to record my sister's letter. I don't know if she's reading it or if her husband's reading it. And then I'm going to record my eulogy, and I'm going to put them in the podcast so the world can hear. Because even though I think I'm a piece of shit and I don't deserve the world, I know my mom does. And I wish I could have made something more of myself while she was here so I could have given her more. And I can hear her now saying, Chris, you know that I don't concern myself with that stuff. I just wanted you, and you gave me your love, and you were a good son. It's hard hearing people tell me, like, you know, your mom would want you to do this, or your mom would tell you to do that, or your mom would give you this advice. And I don't mean to be rude to those people, but it's like, no, I already know what my mom would say. Like, that's the kind of relationship her and I had. Like, I can predict what her advice was going to be, and I can predict how she would think, what she would want me to hear, or what she thought I needed to hear. And unfortunately for her, I'm also a very stubborn son. Not always and not on purpose. It's just who I am sometimes. I'm a very stubborn person. And I know my mom was patient with me because she knows that I'll come around to her. This is the most I've talked about her in a long time. This is the most I've thought about her in a long time. Just... I just want something from this 4 months to be different. And I feel like it would help me. Whether that's Jen apologizing, whether that's me never getting split from her, or more importantly, my mom being gone. Obviously, if I had my choice, that would be the one no-brainer. But it's the only option that's final. It's the only option that is completely unable to happen. And so my mind looks at the other 3 things, like I don't have Nicholas, I don't have Jen, and I don't have her apology. And it's frustrating that all 3 of those things can be there and they're not. And I mean, I know I ultimately have no control over any of them, or my control is equal. Like, I can't control my mom being dead, just like I can't control Jen not being here. I can't control Jen saying I'm sorry, and I can't control Nicholas being in my life. I have equal control over all of those things, which is none. And it's just too hard to just think about all 4 of them at the same time, knowing that all 4 pains are still very real and very fresh. All 4 wounds are just wide open. And then I have this other wound that I opened up myself of just going over the stuff with my dad and going over the stuff with my sexual abuse, and just... I get it, life's not fair. And I get it, life is not perfect, and we have to roll with the punches, but sometimes it's just too much. Sometimes it's hard to get back up. Sometimes it's hard to hear someone telling you you're going to get back up, or that they believe in you. I have so many people right now that I could call on the phone and say, I need you to be here with me so I'm not alone. But the problem is there's only 4 people in my life right now that I would want next to me. And it's all because of the relationships that I had with them. Like, obviously, I don't want the Jen now to come to my house. I want the Jen who told me over and over again that she was going to be there for me, and that she's not going anywhere, and that she loves me, and that I'm the best thing to happen to her, and that she doesn't deserve me, and that I'm too good to her, and that she wants to make me happy. That would be the Jen I would want here. Or I'd want Landon here. Or I would want Nicholas here. Or I'd want my mom here. And I am grateful, beyond grateful, that even though Landon is not here now, I'm grateful that I will be with him again and that I still have him. I just miss those other 3 people. Again, not the Jen now, not the Jen that's been around for 4 months, or maybe she's always been around and the other Jen is just the pretender. I don't know, but I'd like the pretender back at least for tonight and tomorrow. And even now, that's stupid. Like, you can assume that that means like I want her back, but it just doesn't. It just means I'm hurting. It means I'm wondering what I did or why I deserve to be divorced a 3rd time and have my mom die at the same time. Why out of all my siblings, I'm the only one who doesn't have somebody. Why all 3 of us are married and I'm the only one that doesn't have his wife by his side or his spouse by his side. Why in 35 years I couldn't get this relationship thing right. Why I still can't figure out that a person is bad for me before it's too late and get rid of them. Why I still make poor choices in people I get with. And ultimately decide to fall in love with. I'm just hurting all the time. I feel like it's never going to end. And I know you'll say that it will end. And even in the back of my mind, I know it will end, but I don't know. I've never truly known peace in my life. Because I never healed from anything in my life. So I don't know if I'm even capable of it. I don't know if that world of peaceful living is attainable. I don't know. I guess I'll go jot some notes. If you're listening to this, I really do care about you. Even though I don't know you and you're like, how can you care about me? You don't know me. I don't know. I guess I got that from my mom too. I just care about people. We're all just, people are people, man. We're all just trying to make it. We're all just trying to get better, to be better. And if you're not, I don't know. I say we're all trying, but I know that's not true. I guess those who are trying. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I was trying to be philosophical, but I don't know. Just stuck on my hurt again. I don't know what to say next. I don't know. I want to leave an impact on this world. a positive one. A big positive impact. And I want to be capable of doing that. I want to be capable of helping others. I don't want my story to go to waste. I don't want my traumas to go to waste. There's so many people out there hurting. Like me, worse than me. And I just want to be that light that I didn't have. I think this is why I care about Nicholas so much, is because I want to be that light to him. Because I know all the ins and outs of everything that kid goes through. And I guess I, egotistically don't think anybody in his life right now is capable of stepping up for him like he needs to. And that nobody around him has the wherewithal or the concern to help him. That's why I get so angry with his dad and his mom and his grandma and his grandpa. Because it reminds me so much of me. It reminds me about how my dad didn't pay attention to me. It reminds me how my grandparents didn't pay attention to me. It reminds me how my dad didn't go to my things. It reminded me how none of my grandparents went to my things. And Jen goes to his things. But anybody who truly looks at that knows that, I don't know, might as well finish my sentence, even though I don't know why I went down that rabbit hole. But everybody that looks at that relationship and looks at that truly knows that Jen comes before Nicholas. Always. Now, she won't agree with that because she doesn't see it. But those who are on the outside looking in, they know it. And it angers me because I don't think Jen knows it, and I don't think she realizes how much that affects her son, that all of those relationships are centered around themselves before him. Every major person in his life. And that's why I get so heated. That's why I get so angry when I talk about it. Because it's really just my inner 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old Chris America just screaming through the mic at my father, at my grandparents. Again, my anger just finds targets that I can throw it at. And it's not like they're innocent targets. It's not like what I'm saying isn't true. And it's not like there's no validity behind it. And I also feel like I just need to be a voice for him that he doesn't have, that he can't have. That he doesn't think he has. Again, things I can't control. Things I have no control over. Things I need to accept. I love Nicholas a lot. I know Jen doesn't think it's genuine. I know Jen thinks I'm just using it as a guilt trip or to score brownie points or to make myself look good. Just like she thinks I used my mom's death to make her feel guilty. But I do love Nicholas. And I hope one day I get to have him in my life again. And hope one day I can be an impact in his life again. I really miss throwing the football around. Landon was my go-to kid for comic book movies and nerd stuff. And Nicholas was my go-to for sports. We get to throw footballs together. We would play, all kinds of different games. Mostly he liked throwing the football. We wrestled. We played teddy ball. It was fun times. All right, it's 11:30. I guess I should go jot some notes. Wasted enough time. I love you, Mom. I love you, Nicholas. I miss you guys. If you're feeling suicidal, number one, I'm not an expert, but my DMs and my email is always open. You can find me at @TheChrisAmerica on Twitter or Battle Inside Podcast. Or you can hit me up at Battle Inside Pod or Battle Inside Pod. I don't know. Just at the Chris America. I don't remember what my Battle Inside Podcast Twitter handle is exactly, but at the Chris America. And then Battle Inside Podcast at scoutteamradio.com is my email. Battle Inside Podcast at scoutteamradio.com. I can listen. I'm pretty good at it. I can commiserate and empathize. I can kind of help you through the lies that your mind tells you as to why you want to kill yourself. And I can get it. And if you don't want to talk to me, at least talk to somebody, a friend, a family member, a stranger on the street. Or you can call the National Suicide Hotline. I started to bring it up before It is 1-800-273-8255, 1-800-273-8255. Or you can text HOME to 741-741, HOME to 741-741. Or if you're not in the U.S., go to suicide.org. Suicide.org, scroll down to a third of the page, and there should be links to your phone numbers in other countries. And I'm not going to cue my music. I'm going to yawn a bunch of times. I'll cue my music. Sorry I didn't do it last time. I was in a bad mood. I don't know if I'll see you guys again. I felt good after this episode. I know what my mom would want me to do as I turn down this commercial. My mom would want me to keep going. My mom would tell me that I matter. My mom would tell me that I'm worth it. My mom would tell me that she loves me and she's proud of me and she thinks I'm strong and she thinks I'm brave. And my mom would tell me that you are going to change lives, that whether you see it or not, whether they tell you or not, whether they show it or not, you're going to do it. And I'm proud of you. One of the ministers at my mom's church, or pastors, he's the worship leader, he told me him and my mom had a conversation about this podcast for about 15 minutes and how my mom learned so much about me and that this podcast was a blessing to her. And even though it hurt her a lot to see me in so much pain, which I can go over that some other day, but a lot of the reasons why I didn't open up to my mom is because I didn't want her to hurt. Anyways, I'll see you guys around. Maybe. No commitments. Being non-committal right now. All right. I got to go jot some notes. Pray for me tomorrow or today because I'm probably going to drop it tomorrow. Like I usually drop it the next day after I record at 7:30. So pray for me today. Yeah, pray for me every day. Or think about me every day. Support me every day. Encourage me every day. Please. I need your love. All right. I'm done rambling. Seriously. I'm going to go jot these notes now.